Hey y'all, like I said in my post, I believe, almost 4 Wednesdays ago now, that was a while ago, I mentioned how I'm going to be starting a new Gravity Falls series. It's going to be explaining Gravity Falls. I was inspired by Jade Mountain Archive, definitely search him up, he's a Wings of Fire YouTuber, so cool. It's going to be, I'm going to explain episodes of Gravity Falls, but it's going to be, really ironic and really, I guess, almost in a sarcastic kind of, a funny, joking kind of way, It's going to be called Groovity Fails, and, I'll explain episodes. All the characters are going to be renamed, by the way, to, really stupid things, and I'm not going to be doing them in order, so I may talk about, for example, Dipper versus manliness, and then talk about sock opera, and then talk about, not what he seems. They're going to be really out of order. But I am going to start off with, of course, the first episode of Gravity Falls, and then we're going to kind of go through Season 1, Season 2. I'm not going to do every single episode. I think I'm going to do some of the funnier ones, or the ones that I really like. Probably going to do about a half of them, maybe almost half. Yeah, so the first episode of Groovity Fails is called Visitor Imprisonment, where we meet our two main characters, Dip and Dots and Mabel Sweaty. So we meet Dip and Dots and Sweaty, and they're going to their great uncle's shack in the woods. Technically, it would be their grand uncle because it would be their grandfather's brother, so grand uncle, not great uncle. Bit of info for you there. So his name is Stain, and there they also meet Windy and Sus. And essentially, Dippin' Dots and Sweaty are going to be staying here for the entire summer, which is a really long time. So Sweaty gets really used to the place, and she starts really, really loving Gravity Falls. But Dippin' Dots doesn't really like it. He thinks it's really ghetto and really boring, and there's just not much to do there. Until one day, when Stain makes him hang up some signs in the woods, and dun dun dun, he finds mysterious book. What's inside of book? We don't know yet, but we will find out. Dippin' Dots then proceeds to attempt at reading the book before almost being found out by Stain, and then eventually found out by Sweaty. And Sweaty thinks that the weird-looking book is really interesting, but she has bigger news. She got a boyfriend! His name is Norman, and he seems like a pretty, mostly normal guy. Sweaty really likes Norman, and Stain doesn't really care that much. But Dippin' Dots thinks something's up about this. He does not think that Norman is a normal man. Nope, not even close. So he consults his weird little bookie book. And, to his horror, he now believes that Norman is a zombie! Dippin' Dots then talks to Sus, who agrees that Norman is definitely 100% a zombie. So, in the next few days, Dippin' Dots tries to gather evidence, but to no avail. As Dippin' Dots is about to give up, he looks back at his videos and realizes that...
Wait, what?
Horrified and scared for Sweaty's life, Dippin' Dots rushes to find Stain, but turns out that Stain is too busy dealing with stupid people who can't tell the difference between a rock and a face. He then runs into Windy, who is driving the golf cart, and says that he has to save Sweaty from a zombie. She then gives him the golf cart. He starts to drive away, but is stopped by Sus, who gives him the proper equipment needed to defend himself. Meanwhile, in the forest, Norman has a shocking secret that he has to reveal to Sweaty.
Is this weird? Is this too weird? Do you need to sit down?
Yeah, so it turns out that Norman, the normal man, was actually just a whole bunch of gnomes in a suit. Yeah, so Sweaty is obviously horrified by this, and they explain that they want to make her their new gnome slay queen. But she lets them down slowly, you know?
Could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me.
Well, after Sweaty refuses, the gnomes just decide to kidnap her instead. Dippin' Dots is driving the golf cart when he finds Sweaty tied up by the gnomes who are trying to force her to become their slay queen. But Dippin' Dots tells them to untie her, and they say that they are a powerful force that will not be reckoned with. But Dippin' Dots just shovels them away. Then he unties Sweaty and they drive away. But the gnomes band together and follow them and chase them, and there's this whole long scene. We can just Then, after all that battle stuff, Sweaty defeats the gnomes with a leaf blower and all is well. She and Dippin' Dots have a awkward hug and they go back inside. Stan lets them pick out 2 things from the gift shop and all is well. Yeah, that's kind of the entire episode. Stay tuned for more episodes, and if you like this series, please comment below. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching this. Bye!